Seth is rolling right now with the baby face.
But then again...
Rollins. Well, all right, enough.
But this is, remember who we're talking, this is Vince McMahon.
I know, but I think I could totally see possibly a face turn for Elias.
Which I'm very excited for, because I think he'll be money once he turns babyface. Anything else, from this match?
There's no match. That was really it. Good sequences.
Let's move to the first match I actually did get to see. The Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Alexa Bliss defeated Sasha Banks, Ember Moon, Natalya, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Lana to win the briefcase. That's a lot of women. That's a lot of competitors. It's kind of a cluster, when there's so many competitors. Everybody's going to get their spot. Everybody kind of, sleeps on the outside while there's one or two competitors.
It took them 20 seconds to clear the ring of every female except for two.
It was kind of like, I'm climbing the ladder, I get pulled down from the ladder, stare down. That happened 4 or 5 times.
I'm pretty sure there were a couple spot misses too, because you had Naomi that was just up there, just going just messing with it. And it's what are you doing? Just take it off. She was opening it and closing it, opening and closing it.
No, that's what I was saying. I think at the end, before you saw Alexa Bliss win, where you have Naomi literally up there for 10 minutes trying to 10 seconds trying to unhook the briefcase. I think that someone missed their spot. And,
or maybe Naomi climbed too fast. Who knows?
I don't know, but either way,
but it happened a couple times, so you can't just blame Naomi.
It had good spot. I'm surprised. You're the one that always loves to blame.
And I don't like Naomi, but you know what? There was just a bunch of that, so maybe it was just poor timing on everyone's part.
And this match had good spots. It was a good match.
Lana
overall.
took some good bumps.
Yeah,
Lana is getting better.
Yeah, Lana's definitely getting better. I mean, look, she knows that she knew that she sucked, and then she's putting in the work to try and get better. That's what you want to see.
With a great wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Natalia's husband,
Tyson Kidd. And I heard she was working with Daniel Bryan.
Exactly.
Who's one of the best of all time.
Yeah. Good for her putting in the work. But again, like I said before, I mean, I'm just upset with the winner. I understand why. I think they're doing it well, which we'll obviously get to later on.
You're just upset it wasn't Sasha Banks.
That's not true at all. I like Bliss. She's very good at what she does. Her promo works.
But you're just
phenomenal.
Not as happy as you could have been.
All right,
if
obviously, if Sasha would have won, I would have been going nuts. That's
I would have gotten text messages for 3 hours of this guy.
But I'm hoping, again, we'll get to what happened afterwards. Let's just move on. That's
I want to talk a little bit more about this match.
Sure,
I thought there was 2 really cringeworthy spots, both of them involving Joe's girl.
Who?
What's her name? Naomi. First of all, those kicks that she does.
They're so bad,
it's
right?
the most cringeworthy
it's so bad.
Offensive move in arguably the last 30 years of pro wrestling. It is awful. She does these soccer kicks, but she's jumping up in the air, and it just look. The thing about pro wrestling, and Bret Hart always says this. He tried to make every fight kind of look like a real fight. So he wouldn't do. If you were in a real fight, would you do that? Would you kick like an idiot?
No.
So it takes away from it. It was really poor. There was actually another spot with Naomi, where she kind of just gets hip tossed into the ladder,
and she ran into it.
She kind of just ran into getting hip tossed, and whatever. I don't even blame her. I think it was just the booking of this match. Also, you hear this every now and then. You kind of hear the competitor call out the spot. I don't know if you caught Charlotte and Becky. Becky kind of said Bexploder. That's the name of her suplex. Yeah. And you heard it, and then 10 seconds later she does the move.
Yeah.
I don't blame the wrestlers too much. I know they have the microphones on the ring that pick up a lot of stuff, but you kind of have to be more subtle. You never want to get caught, kind of mouthing the move or even saying it. That's why a lot of wrestlers actually have beards, or they have long hair, especially back in the day, because it would kind of cover, that
the facial
trouble from happening. So
right.
Exactly. Yeah. So again, 8 competitors in one match.
Yeah.
It's tough, but I think they did a real good job.
Real quick, I just wrote a bunch about just things I saw. So I honestly just want to real quick. I wrote one thing for each female, that I thought. First off, I thought we said it, Lana's getting better as a wrestler.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
she's just improving all around. I think Natalya is just a great worker.
I just think everyone hates her, and
great worker.
She's such a terrible babyface.
Right. But here's the thing.
But she could put a match on.
She could put a match on, but you can't put the knee brace on the right knee.
Yeah, what was that about?
Yeah, well, that's that.
Is that something that's going to be played on?
I'm sorry, but you have to make sure. No,
there's a lot of people you can blame for that. There's a lot of people you can blame for that.
Between
Natalya, no. you could just look. She could just look back at her match last week and be like, "Wait, guys, this is the wrong knee."
Yeah. So for anyone that doesn't understand, Natalya got injured (quotations) in a match and
her left knee,
and then on Raw last week she was wearing a brace on her right knee. Now I think that's going to be played into a storyline. Personally, that's where I think it's going.
I hope. No, I don't hope so. I just hope they kill it.
Nobody can be that stupid to realize that she didn't hurt that leg, and then no producer was there saying you hurt this leg. I think Natalya is doing this for some sort of storyline that's happening.
Well, no matter what it is,
please don't be that dumb, WWE.
Well, whatever it is in this match, you could see Natalya is great in the ring.
What was she wearing the knee brace on this week?
She didn't have it. She didn't have it on.
And who wears a knee brace over your pants?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's like,
and especially with a bright.
Tommaso Ciampa does.
All right, but it looks cool. She has, she has her black leather gear, and she has a bright white knee brace on her knee. It's like, all right, it's just you're asking.
Yeah. I mean, I know why it's done, because, the fans can see it, so they can be like, oh, her leg's injured, but realistically, you'd want to hide that injury, and nobody literally wears knee braces over pants in real life.
Yeah.
Again, it's doing unrealistic things when you're trying to make wrestling. The whole point, like we said, is it to be a real fight. That's the genesis of what pro wrestling is. It evolved from literally real wrestling in the 30s to, the thing that we have right now. Any other, what were you saying about these competitors, John?
Real quick, also, I said Charlotte's gold. Like, everything Charlotte touches
she's great.
is great. Becky Lynch getting some huge pops.
Yeah.
Obviously, the fans,
over.
They still haven't given up on Becky, even though it seems WWE might.
I hope she could be next for Carmella.
Hopefully. And then I just wrote that Sasha Banks took some brutal bumps. And I just, I'm just kind of sick of Sasha the way she is. Maybe she needs to turn heel, something different. I'm just sick of the way it is.
Yeah, Sasha needs to turn heel.
Finally, Ember Moon, I think, is the future right now for Raw.
She is gold. I think, obviously, I kind of already mentioned it before, so I'm just going to get into it. Obviously, we all know Alexa Bliss is the Raw champion. Obviously, we'll get into that more later when we talk about the match, but I feel like that Ember Moon would be the perfect person to eventually beat her. Maybe you see it at a SummerSlam, a bigger pay-per-view. I would love for Ember Moon to have that moment.
And I would think Alexa holds this till at least Survivor Series. And Survivor Series or possibly Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble is going to be a really big show. It's actually a stadium show this year.
It's in Phoenix. It's in the
which
Diamondbacks.
is a really nice stadium, so that should be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, and also she can teach Seth something about suicide dives, because Ember Moon suicide dives are insane.
Yeah, I mean, just think of the name. It's called the suicide dive. It's literally like,
she puts it all on the line every time, and it's great.
All right, let's move on to the next match.
Speaking of putting your life on the line, Roman Reigns walked out in Chicago, and well, what a time that was.
Defeated Jinder Mahal via pinfall.
I didn't think it was bad.
There were some miscues here and just didn't look very good. I love the Sunil hiding in the chair.
Dude, Sunil, when he came out and he was could barely do that, and he was holding his neck. He's really good. I was cracking up from that.
I will say this though: did anybody see when he took that Superman punch? He got punched and then jumped back.
Yeah, it was very cartoonish. And
no, it's not cartoonish. It's sell better. You don't need to fly back. Just
he's not a wrestler. He's a chauffeur.
He was a wrestler.
Not anymore.
He was a wrestler.
Not anymore.
He was a tag team with Samir or whatever one it is.
You don't even know his name, you jerk.
There's Samir and Sunil. One has a torn ACL. They're both irrelevant.
Oh, is that why the other guy's gone?
Yes. He'll be back eventually.
Honestly, this match to me wasn't even the match. I was listening to the Chicago crowd more.
They had some good chants going on.
And
Johnny Gargano.
I have a list of all of them here. I have CM Punk straight up, Velveteen Dream, which they were going on for a while about. This is awful. Y2J.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Wrestling, Rusev Day, just generic booing. NXT they were chanting for.
I think I thought I heard some John Cena
John Cena sucks.
Yeah, but then also I don't know, something else.
They had Beach Ball Mania going on. Apparently there were 4 beach balls at once going on. And they were doing The Wave, which everyone got to see. Yeah. Fridays at 2.
Yeah.
But
you know,
a little cross promotion for you right there.
Yeah, but it was that was honestly the only reason I was watching this match. I went to the bathroom this match, got food during this match. I really didn't care. This did nothing.
Which is why they made it middle of the card, so that obviously.
Well, how about not even on the card? This didn't even happen.
Well, obviously you're not going to have Roman Reigns not on the card. He's the
well, they would have filled him in somewhere else then.
He's not the biggest face on Raw.
Yes, he is. Who's the biggest actual draw on Monday Night Raw?
Braun Strowman.
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins too.
Come on.
You're telling me Roman Reigns is a draw? Everybody hates the guy.
Yeah, but they pay to hate him.
But that is true. They do pay. I have to give you that. They do pay to hate him. My dad said it as well.
I'm not saying he's the best. He's far from it.
You know what? You know when you're going to see Roman Reigns die, like where he is now, when he does that stupid ooh thing, and everyone stops doing it.
Yeah,
everyone needs to stop doing that.
Because it's so fun though.
Well, you know what? Stop, because you're doing.
You're the problem.
Yeah, because people like you going, oh, you know what? It's fun. Let's do it. Vince hears that and goes, oh, they still like him.
Listen,
deep down, they still like him.
Don't worry. Yeah, I'm very hopeful of what's going to happen in the future.
They need to just be silent.
All right.
They need to be silent. Roman Reigns needs to come out
through this
and
so
no
we can
booze.
get to what's going to happen.
All right, so SmackDown Women's Championship, Carmella defeated Asuka via pinfall to retain the title, and of course we got the return of James Ellsworth, which was nice to see. I popped when he winked at the camera. I was laughing pretty hard. Asuka, unfortunately, she's
destroyed.
She's really, taking a downfall, especially since her first loss.
I'm gonna say I kind of hated her going back.
Since her first loss.
Yeah. Like going back like 6 months, I guess we could say. I kind of hated Asuka the way she was doing things, and now I feel bad for her
because they're ruining her. That's why.
Because it went from being annoyed with she wins every match to now it's like, is she ever going to win again?
I think she needs to literally just snap, get angry, and just turn heel. I know we keep on saying this, people need to turn heel, but
she was a heel throughout NXT as well. So
it seems like every successful NXT heel gets brought up, made of babyface, and ruined. Look at Bobby Roode, another guy. Ruined because he was a great heel, and now he's a face.
This was a fine match, though. Anything really from it?
It was an okay match.
It was okay.
I'm liking Carmella a little more. I think she's cute.
I think it was stupid that Asuka was just staring.
Going on.
He was just staring. She was just staring at Ellsworth.
Like, what's going on? It's my mask.
Like, is that another Asuka?
Yeah, right.
The commentary on this company is so bad, especially when you have 4 or 5 people doing the commentary for the ladder matches or however they split it up. I just remember thinking this is really, really bad.
You know what?
Coachman sucks.
You know what my dad said?
Asukas?
You know what would have been hilarious? If it was like Kairi Sane or something, like it was like someone else that she had feuded with, in NXT, or like Nikki Cross or something coming up to mess with her. That would have been hilarious.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. Everyone knew it was Ellsworth. Everyone knew it was Ellsworth.
Well, yeah, because once the reports came out all over Twitter, and
once they reported that he apparently is no showing a show in China, that was it. Everyone knew he's going to be at.
I'm glad he's back though. As much as I think the reason why I'm glad he's back now is because he has more of a role with Carmella, because obviously now she's champion instead of just being literally a dog. I mean, he was on a leach last time.
And who knows how long this lasts? This literally could be a one-off, like the Great Khali.
Right,
we don't know if
never show up again.
We don't know what's going to happen. And it tells a good bookend to the story, because last year she won the Money in the Bank briefcase because of Ellsworth, and now at Money in the Bank she retains the title because of Ellsworth. So whatever it is, let's keep on moving on. By the way, you're listening to the Squared Circle on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Justin Greenberg with Joe Ritter and Dominic Arbolino. WWE Championship match, AJ Styles defeated Shinsuke Nakamura by beating the 10 count. It was a last man standing match. I thought this was a great match. To me, this was the best match on the card.
This was a phenomenal match, and I did
pun intended.
I did not mean to say that.
Not enough pinchasa.
Well, let me just say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shinsuke Nakamura took a full-on just kick right to the... You know what?
The gonads.
Yeah, and
to where the sun don't shine.
Let me just say this: it was that was a real shot. That was
it was a little. He was a little behind him. Where all the important stuff was, but even still,
it was just a.
I would have been terrified if I was the guy taking that bump.
And I would have gave the title to Shinsuke at this point.
You should have.
Yeah,
they should have given it to him. I'm going to
be honest.
I love AJ, man.
I'm glad to be right about saying that AJ was going to win, but I will say it's kind of interesting to see what they're going to do now in terms of with Shinsuke Nakamura, how they're going to continue building him up, because obviously he turned heel and he's been great ever since, but now, you
got to pull the trigger, man.
Yeah, he's kind of I don't see this continuing anymore, and if it does, I feel like they're really over-dragging it.
No, this has got to be this is their last match.
AJ finally, but I will say this. At the end, I love the spot, again, about how he goes, come on, like he always does, and then AJ brings it, and then it finally, knocks him out,
That Styles Clash off of the stairs was great, too.
Oh, it was awesome.
Oh, yeah. It was...
These two put it on the line for each other. You could tell they trust each other, and they were comfortable with it.
And with the Styles Clash, too, you got to think about it this way. Shinsuke has no way to block that. He full-on took that.
Yeah.
He has no way to block that.
Yeah, he literally took,
the padding, just totally ate padding.
How many feet off the ground do you think he got there? Let's say it's like half.
It's not that much.
No, let's say it's half a foot off of the thing, and then he jumped.
Yeah, it's still not, it's still enough to definitely do,